What's up, everyone? John Rettinger from Techno Buffalo here with an unboxing of the just announced and soon to be released Pantech Burst for AT&T. It's one of the new phones the carrier announced at their 2012 Developer Summit at CES. Let's go ahead and dig in and see if this has you bursting with excitement, bursting at the seams. Not gonna burst a hole in your pocket because of its low price. Burst a joke. Alright, so this guy is going to be available on January 22nd for $50 with a 2-year contract. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at the box. There's a Pantech Burst 4G, and what's important is what's below that 4G. It says LTE because it's not a liar. It does have LTE speeds, Pantech branding, Pantech Burst, and some stuff on the back. So 4G LTE, Super AMOLED screen, Android Wi-Fi, and web browsing. Make sure telling you that a phone has web browsing now would be like telling you that it makes phone calls. But with all the stuff phones do now, I guess sometimes you need to reiterate that indeed they do make phone calls. Let's go ahead and open this sucker up. This was sent to us courtesy of the folks at AT&T's PR department. We've got a quick start guide for, you guessed it, getting started quickly. All your Android stuff in there. Safety and warranty card, so you can stay safe. Don't throw this phone at your friend's head, I guess is probably line item number 1 in there. We've got texting and driving. It can wait. It looks like the folks at AT&T put in a SIM card for us. Take a look at that in just a moment. Push that off to the side. I actually got an email from someone angrily saying how they felt that I threw phones off the box. So for you, dear reader and viewer, I'm going to gently place this down, and then I'm going to pet it to make sure it's okay. All right, let's go ahead and see what else we're going to have in the box. Got a wall charging port with a USB on the side and micro USB on the end, and it's got grips so your hand doesn't slip off. Yay! We've got a absolutely incredibly long micro USB charging port to USB, and we've got the back of the phone to cover up this guy, the battery, which is of size. It's of size this big, so whatever big that's how many milliamp hours you're going to get, which actually translates to 3.7 volts or 1,680 milliamp hours on the battery. Let's go ahead and push all that stuff off to the side. Let's pull out the phone here. And the big deal here with this phone is that it's a sub $50, and it's actually $49.99 LTE phone. So you get access to AT&T's new LTE network for a pretty low price. So we'll go ahead and pop in the battery. Go ahead and do that. There's a little cover over the camera. Let's pull that off. It's harder to do than I expected. Come here, camera cover. You are the bane of my existence. I hate you. Speaking of bane, who else is excited for The Dark Knight Rises? Come here. Come here. Got it. Ha! I have vanquished my foe. All right, so take a look at the back. Pull this thing off. And it is plastic, similar to what we see on the Samsung Galaxy S line of phones. Thin plastic. Go ahead and pop this on the Pantech Burst, and I will try and power it on, and we'll see what we can do. Back covers are not behaving today. There we go. All right, power button. Where do you live? Where do you? There you go. All right. So now that I fingerprinted the sucker up, see it's got enough juice to power on. Push all the stuff off to the side, and I will run through the specs of the Pantech Burst as it does its thing. All right, so we've got a 4-inch, that is a Super AMOLED display with a 400 by 800 resolution, the 1650 milliamp hour battery that I painfully tried to read. It's got a 1.2 gigahertz dual-core Scorpion processor, and that's in the Snapdragon family, so it's made by Qualcomm. 16 gigs of internal storage, expandable with micro SD. On the back, as I throw it around, I can see why that person said that now. It's got a 5 megapixel camera on the back that can shoot 720p video. On the front, has a 2 megapixel camera. And of course, it's running on AT&T's LTE network, and you can get this in either black or red. And of course, we don't have the red model here. We've got the black. So those Android guys yelling at us, tap to begin, and then he just shut off. But we'll tap the Android to begin. Select English, run through all the setup here. We'll take a quick look at the phone. Go next, next, next. Wow, that's kind of neat. Skip. And now we are in the phone. Hooray! It looks like there were some lock screen shortcuts there. Let's see what Pantech did here. Go ahead and unlock the phone. And look at that. You can go ahead and drag this stuff in to open it up. Similar to what HTC did with their Sense, but you get a lot more stuff here. So you can drop, let's say, drop that in, and it'll go right to messaging. It's actually very handy. All right, so here is the phone itself. You can see Pantech Skin. This is, again, running Android Gingerbread 2.3.5, I believe. But let's go ahead and verify that. Go ahead and use one of these capacitive buttons. There we go. Go into Settings. Scroll on down. Go to About Phone. Let's see what we have here. We are running 2.3.5. I'm glad the phone did not make me a liar. All right, so let's see what we got here on the phone. We've got 4 capacitive buttons: menu button, home button, back button, and your quickly disappearing search button. On the left-hand side, volume rocker up and down. You got a little bit of rubber on the top and bottoms here, so when you hold it, it stays nicely in your hand. On the left-hand side, that is your charging port and syncing port, micro USB. On the top, 3.5mm headset jack, and sort of oddly placed on the left top is the power and lock button. On the bottom, you've got noise-canceling microphone. On the top, I do not see a noise-canceling microphone. On the back, there's a 5-megapixel camera, speaker grill, plastic. It sort of looks like a brushed metal, but it's not, and the Pantech branding. All right, so let's go ahead and turn this guy back on and see what else AT&T is going to include with the phone. Let's go ahead and take a look at this bit of a launcher down below that Pantech has customized. Take a look at the applications. We're going to get pretty standard AT&T launch fare here, meaning we're going to have the code scanner. I'm sure there's a YP mobile on here. We've got some clock tools that Pantech added, a converter, AT&T Navigator, calculator, AT&T Live, My AT&T, featured apps, email, and a few other things here. And there it is. There's a YP mobile. And it looks like Pantech has really left Gingerbread alone. Let Gingerbread be Gingerbread. See if it's got any. It does. Have a sort of a pinch to zoomy thing where you can select from any of the 7 home screens. I did that math in my head, actually. I saw 3, then I saw 2 on top and bottom, and I added 3 plus 4, which equals 7, in case you guys were wondering. So let's see what comes default on the screens here. You've got some widgets, got more widgets. Let's see what kind of widgets you're going to have an option to. So you can go ahead and go to the widgets. Not sure if this is going to be upgradable to Ice Cream Sandwich. Presumably, though, since it's just a new release phone, we will see an upgrade. But nothing's been announced yet by Pantech. So these are the Pantech widgets. You can see what they look like here. Let's pick one. You tell me which one to pick. What's that? You're saying integrated clock? Okay. We'll pick integrated clock. And you can pick a few integrated clock options. That one looks neat. Let's go with that one. Now you've got the date, time, and upcoming events in a handy notepad format. Right there. It's my Vanna White impression. Handy notepad format. Let's go ahead and see what else we got. Pull this down. And you can see that you can control all of your settings right there with sort of neat little icons. Pantech really did a nice job, at least on first blush, with their Android scan. It's relatively unobtrusive, yet appears to be pretty handy. So I'll save the rest of this stuff for the review and the hands-on. Anything you want to see about the Pantech Burst, if it has you bursting with excitement or other bad burst jokes, I want to hear them. Leave the comments down below. I am John Rettinger, and I am from Techno Buffalo, where you should go to check out all of your tech news, unboxings, rumors, and what have you. We do have lots of what have you up there. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.